share something with you that has been on my mind and has kind of stayed with me all week. It's about the power of stopping. See, many times I looked over my life and I was always thinking, what's next for me? There's always the next move, that next goal, that next task, the next success story. And what I found myself doing was constantly pushing myself to the brink, not thinking about health, not thinking about resting. It was all about the grind, not considering my loved ones, needing my presence, but I kept grinding. I made excuses to work hard, to be a provider, justifications of, man, that sounds really good. Like, I really got to make this happen because of this, because of that. And at the end of the day, the only thing that I can think of was that makes all the sense in the world to keep going hard. I have always been that guy that says, keep going till you see it, keep pushing. Persistence overcomes resistance. I'll sleep when I die. The success mongers out there, like myself, we've come up with this messaging of second place is the first loser. And I mean, it is, right? But at the end of the day, we say things like, rise up early, stay up late. I don't need to sleep. I recall saying things to other people like making a sacrifice. At the end of the day, you think about what's sacrifice? What is a sacrifice? What am I actually killing? Whose blood am I actually shedding in the process besides myself? Always on the go, always on the grind, starting this new adventure, that new adventure, hidden behind words like I'm a go-getter and I'm ambitious, not resting when I know for a fact I'm tired. And guess what? One of the things I started realizing, it's okay to be tired, and it's okay to get rest, and it is absolutely okay to stop, pause, breathe, think, meditate, pray. You got to stop for a few reasons. Number one, you got to stop to celebrate your victories. You got to stop and applaud the people that's been helping you along the journey and say thank you. You got to stop to give yourself self-love. You got to stop before you start a new thing. Sometimes you got to stop and smell the roses. Sometimes you have to stop because that's where God wants you to be for a period of time. It's not about just pushing and going. Sometimes it's about stopping and pausing. Because if you think about it, all the stuff about grinding and pushing, that stuff is still important, and it's true. But however, what gets lost in all of this grind talk is the clear and simple message to stop. Put a period on the end of your tasks so that you can take a break. Stopping is just as powerful as starting. You can come running out the gates and just keep going and going and going, but at some point you need to pause. Sometimes you need to just stop moving. You got to stop so you can be planted by the rivers of water and not be moved. We hear sayings like, the rolling stone gathers no moss. But your life is not a stone. You need to be planted. The seeds of you need to be planted, and they need to be able to take root. And they can't take root if you keep moving the dirt and digging it up. At what point do you germinate? You got to stop. Why? Because sometimes you got to recognize this. Peace comes before being still. Peace is sustained by stillness. When God said, peace, be still, they're two separate things. There's peace, period. Be still. period. So you have to put a period at the end of your task. I had a colleague tell me one time, Ed, you got to stop and smell the roses. No, literally, you have to stop. There's roses right here along the sidewalk. And I stopped because I kept walking right past these things for days at this conference. But with that new revelation, now I've set up things to where I have reminders and checkpoints in my life to simply stop. God says, look, lay aside every weight and sin that's holding you back. You gotta lay it aside. Some things you just have to set off to the side. Some things you need to stop picking it up. Some people you need to stop being around. Some behaviors you need to stop doing. Some words you need to stop saying. Some actions you need to stop taking. Stopping is perfectly fine. When you really think about it, you need to stop picking up certain weight and carrying it on your shoulders. Because just because you're strong enough to pick it up does not mean you're strong enough to carry it. You gotta stop and feel the breeze. Stop and listen to sounds not made by mankind. There's this place in Oregon that I love to go to. There's not a sound of cars. There's no sound of humanity. It is just all the sounds of nature. And you don't realize how much noise is around you until you get into silence. So sometimes you have to stop the sounds, stop the noise, so that you can listen to everything else that's being drowned out by all the noise around you. Not moving gives us time to hear and listen to God's voice. When we hear God's voice and when we listen to how He's guiding us, we can follow those directions better. We'll know when it's time to go because He will give us direction to guide our paths again. If we continue to just go, the only thing that's going to stop you is time. Father Time is undefeated. So take time to pause, look around, see the people around you, see the world around you. Otherwise, life will just be a blur. And you'll look back and all the things that were truly important to you are gone. So stop.